Hey, I'm CustomizedKi and welcome to my college days series. In these sets of videos, I will be talking about everything you need to know in order to be successful in college. I wanted to make these videos because I just felt like when I was in school, I wish that I had someone to give me the heads up on what to expect, some of the things that I should be doing while I'm in school, some of the connections that I should be making, and just some of the things that I should be enjoying and some of the things that I should be partaking in. I really love talking to kids about going to college. I love talking to kids about planning their life. And this is just a space for me to do exactly that. So if you are considering going to college, these videos are for you. If you're already in college, these videos are for you too. If you are trying to decide what school you want to go to, what to expect when you go to college, if you're a first generation college student and you want to know, okay, I don't have anybody in my family, what resources are out there for me? I am here for you. Also too, if you just want to get some ideas or just hear a different perspective, I'm here to give that as well. I'm open to any comments, any questions you guys may have. So please keep that in mind while I am doing these videos. In the event that you see just the video that you really have questions about, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. And without further ado, go green, go white, and let's get into these videos. Today is day 1 of my CustomizedKi / KiCustoms college videos. I really want to just highlight some of the experiences that I've had, both positive and negative, and really just give insight to things that you should prepare for when it's time to go to college. I've had, my mom went to college, and I've had a lot of other family members who went to college, but nobody really sat me down and said, okay, look, when you get ready to go to college, this is what you need to know. All I was told was, look, get good grades, and we having a party before you leave. Now, my grandfather, he used to work in a high school. He has his doctorate in education. So he did a lot of like college recruiting. He did a lot of like coaching and helping his kids get into college and figure out what school they wanted to go to. So yeah, with that being said, let's get started on a little bit of background about me, and then we can get into the good stuff. I have known ever since I was in the 6th grade that I wanted to go to Michigan State University. I picked that school because it was far enough but close enough from home. I'm originally from Chicago. It's far enough but close enough from home. I would be able to get there and come home whenever I wanted to, and it would be fairly inexpensive, and it would just be a good fit. I didn't necessarily want to be up under my family and my friends. I love them dearly. However, just knowing at a young age, I know the things that I need around me and that I don't need around me in order to continue to be successful. I don't need to be somewhere where I'm comfortable or where I'm too relaxed or where I have all these luxuries at my expense. So I decided to go away to college. I did a lot of research about Michigan State, and even though I was young and then people were like, how do you know what school you want to go to and blah, 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 whatever. Listen, I was set on Michigan State. My grandfather told me about it. He just said, look it up when you get a minute, and, just let me know. So I looked it up and I was like, oh my God, Michigan State looks so fun. It looks like the bomb.com. Like, yes. So fast forward. I'm in high school and all I was really told was get good grades. And I did that. I was on honor roll all 4 years of high school. I took all AP and honors classes, and I knew that I wanted to go to Michigan State. However, when it came time for me to apply, I had applied to so many schools. I applied to KUWM. Those are our rivals. I applied to KUWM, and I actually did not apply to Michigan State. It was because I confused the two schools' deadlines, and I didn't really know. I didn't realize it until the day of. So I ended up turning in U of M's application early. And by the time I was ready to turn in Michigan State's application, it was too late. And I remember coming home after I ran to the post office to drop my my application off for U of M, that I had missed Michigan State's deadline. And I just remember sitting in the living room crying. Like, I was bawling. You would have thought that, like, somebody just ripped my soul out, because I just was crying. Like, oh my God, this was my dream school. How can I miss this deadline? Oh my God, I'm not going to go to Michigan State. I'm going to be a failure. And whatever, right? So I had made up in my mind, like, now I gotta figure out somewhere else to go. I gotta figure out something else to do. I gotta make up a plan B, because in my mind I was like, I don't need no plan B. I got the grades to get in Michigan State. I'm on honor roll. Like, what's up? I'm top of my class. What's up? So one day I came home and I had some mail. Now, this was around the time, this was like, I want to say in like April-ish, March-ish, I don't know, don't get me the line. Anywho, I had a letter from Michigan State. Now, the thing is, I had joined their mailing list because they had this legal expo, and then there were different law schools from around the country that had came and like set up shops and stuff, and I found out that Michigan State was going to be there. For the longest, I wanted to go to law school, so I was looking up really good law programs so that I could go to that school for undergrad, so that I wouldn't have to move again to go to law school. So Michigan State was going to be there, and I looked up their law program. They had a really good program. It was high ranking at the time. I'm not sure what it is now. I could care less about law school. But it was high ranking at the time. So I was like, okay, cool. This just puts another tally mark on why I should go to Michigan State as opposed to another school. So I get home, and I haven't gotten mail from their law school, but I was like, I'm trying to get into undergrad. Like, this is not, like, yes, it excites me seeing these things in the mail or whatever. So when I had got home, my mom was like, you got some mail, whatever. And so I'm just going through the mail. I had like some acceptance letter from Dillard with a partial scholarship. I had an acceptance letter from like some other schools I applied to. I want to say Northern Illinois, SIUC, that's like Southern Illinois, Carbondale. And I had one from SIUE, which is Southern Illinois, Edwardsville. And I wasn't really paying attention to it because as a part of our like senior year curriculum in high school, we had this thing called, it's like Fab 5 or Finish 5 or Final 5 or something like that. And as a part of this sheet, there were certain things you had to do as a senior in order to, one, graduate, and in order to kind of set yourself up for success afterwards. So you had to apply for 5 schools. 3 of those schools had to be community colleges, which would be guaranteed for you to get into, so you had no excuse to not go to college if you really wanted to go. And then the other 2 were a reach school and a dream school. So a school that might be a little bit difficult for you to get in, you might have to write an essay, something like that. And then a school that you just feel is completely maybe out of your reach, but you're still going to try anyway. Anywho, so I was getting all the acceptance letters back from those, so I just was like, I knew I was going to get into this school. Like, they only required you to have like a 2.75. And at the time, I think I graduated high school with like a 3.5 or like a 3.7 or something like that. I really don't even remember. That was so long ago. Anywho, I get home, Mom's like, you got mail. I'm going through these acceptance letters. I'm rolling my eyes at every single one. And then I see this, like, piece of mail from Michigan State. And I'm like, I know I skipped their deadline. Like, this is just probably something else for they, like, school of law, whatever. I opened it, and it was an acceptance letter. When I tell y'all, I never screamed so loud. I never screamed so loud in my life. My mama ran in the living room because she thought something was wrong while I was opening my mail. And I was like, Mom, I got into Michigan State. She was like, but I thought you missed the deadline. I was like, me too. But they said to reserve my spot, I just got to send them $250. I'm going to send it tomorrow. I was like, you got $250? And I just looked like, mind your business. I'm sending the $250 off. Are you going to take me to the post office or not? So with that being said, I want to get into like my tips for getting into college. Tip number 1, get on the fucking mailing list, okay? It don't matter if you feel like that school is out of reach, if you feel like you can't get into that school, if you feel like it's too far, if you feel like it's too expensive. There are ways around every last one of those things. Unless you want it to be your excuse for why not, get on the mailing list. It's really not gonna hurt. I was getting acceptance letters from schools that I never even applied to, like Olive Harvey, which is a community college here in Chicago. I never applied to that. I went to one of their events, and they had, just asked for like email addresses and, whatever, like information, like, oh, we want to send you some brochures. What they do is they send out those like Fisher, acceptance letters because at the end of the day, going to college is a business. Like, the university, they want your money. They don't care if you got the money to go there. They'll be like, oh, we'll just give you a loan, because guess what? You gonna be paying on that loan for the rest of your life, depending on how much it is. That's money for them. Then on top of that, they can charge you interest. They can tack on late fees and miscellaneous fees for whatever they see fit. So to them, it's a business. They don't, and it's sad to say, but some schools really don't care about you as an individual. They care about your money. They care about making sure that their university stays afloat. They make sure that, in any event, that they're going to be financially stable from your investment of your time and your trust with gaining a quality education from their institution. So that's my first tip for anybody who's thinking about going to college, anybody who wants to pursue like secondary education, post-secondary education. And let me be very clear, college is not for everybody. It's not. You have to know yourself beforehand. And I would recommend people try it just to see. But if you honestly are in your senior year of high school and you like, look, bro, me being in school is not what's popping. Like, if you know that about yourself, if you know that you have a hard time paying attention, if you know that later on in life you're not going to want to sit up in a classroom for 3 or 4 hours and listen to old people talk and give you a test about the little itty bitty stuff that they may have mentioned once, then maybe college is not for you. But it takes a lot of soul searching in order to know, okay, is this something that I really want to do, or is it not? My second tip for people who are considering going to college, look up your school's fees and costs and everything of that nature. Please look that up. Please, please, please look that up. It's very important, only because it shapes the way that your life is going to be, both financially and both like long term. Like 2 year, 3 year. If you attend a university as far from home, you need to know, like, okay, what relationships or family members would I be missing a lot? Would I be homesick? Would I feel the need to always come home? Would I not feel comfortable being on my own? Have I traveled before? Is it something that I'm used to? And even if you're not used to, I would say just try it, or at least try to prepare yourself. Yes, that's definitely important. Like I said, before I considered going to Michigan State, I definitely looked up how far away it was from home and how would I get home. I could take the train, I can take the bus. If I take the train, I'm looking at $70 per trip, round trip. If I take the bus, I'm looking at $65 round trip, and I might be able to get a student discount. That's the plug. If I wanted to fly, I technically could, but it would really be a waste of money because it's really expensive. If I want to drive, 3.5 hours. That I can do that. I would definitely say consider looking into seeing if you have family in the state that you're intending to go to school at. If you have family in that city, if you're going like somewhere far out, see what connections you can make. Talk to your friends, because when I first went away to school, I had a friend who also went away to Michigan State, and her and I tried to be roommates, but that didn't work out because we waited too late. But yeah, that was definitely something that I looked into. It was definitely something that was really important. And it made my transition to school a lot better. So with that being said, I'm going to kind of wrap this video up. I really hope that some of the things that I've said have been important, and this has been my story on how I got into Michigan State and I didn't even apply. Anything is possible. Everything is workable. Remember that sometimes you got to play the game. I know that Michigan State wants my money. Even though I didn't apply there, I sent that $250 to secure my spot. So some parts about it was like I had to play the game. So I will be coming to you all with more videos about going to college, about things that you should expect in your adventure through college, how to best prepare. And this college series is something that will definitely continue. If you guys have any questions, please leave them below and I will do my best to answer them and get back to you guys, because I do love helping people. I love telling people the things that they don't necessarily tell you all the time. And I feel that in being prepared for something, those are some of the things that you should know. Please comment, rate, subscribe, tell your friends. Please share it. And as always, go green, go white. You see, I got the green lipstick with the white teeth. You guys can find me on Snapchat, on Instagram. I have Twitter as well. And I also have a email address that you guys can contact me at if you absolutely feel that you can't get a hold of me anywhere else. Once again, I'm CustomizedKi, and thanks for stopping by. I love y'all. Comment, rate, subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. Tell your friends, and I will see y'all next time.